So good morning, everyone. So request, please join with your college mail ID. Okay, it's very difficult to admit each and every one. So next time when you join, please join with your college mail ID. So we'll continue with the Fourier series. Till now we have seen Fourier series in three intervals. One is 0 to 2 pi, minus pi to plus pi, 0 to 2L. Now next we have to study minus L to plus L. Okay, when you are given a pi integral, the length of the interval will be equal to 2 pi. When you are given an L integral, then again the length of the interval will be equal to 2L. So there are two types of Fourier series where the length of the interval is either 2 pi or 2L. If it is 2 pi, then in the formulas we have 1 by pi, 1 by pi. If it is 2L, then we have the formula 1 by L, 1 by L. Okay. So first we have to see whether we are given a Fourier series and then check the interval. If the interval is of length 2 pi, then in all the formulas of A0, AN and BN, we will get 1 by pi, 1 by pi, 1 by pi. And if the length of the interval is 2L, then we will have in the formula 1 by L, 1 by L. And cos nx also, we will have cos n pi x by L, etc. So next we will study Fourier series in minus L to plus L. Same concept, whatever we have done in minus pi to plus pi and 0 to 2L, the same thing is extended to Fourier series in minus L to plus L. Okay, so I think you must be remembering what we have done when we had Fourier series in minus pi to plus pi. When we had Fourier series in minus pi to plus pi, what did we do that? What did we check in that interval? जब minus pi to plus pi दिया था function, even and odd function, correct? तो यहाँ पे भी हमको same करना है. जब minus L to plus L दिया है, यहाँ पे भी हमको even or odd check करना है. So we can check even or odd function only when the function is defined in minus pi to plus pi or in minus L to plus L. Okay, only in these two intervals we can check whether the function is an even function or an odd function. So what is an even function? We know that the function is even. If we replace x by minus x, we will get f of minus x is equal to f of x. The function is said to be an even function if f of minus x is equal to f of x. For example, we have cos function, x square, etc. I told you before also, even function is always symmetric about the y-axis. I'm just repeating what we have done in minus pi to plus pi. Similarly, odd function we had f of minus x is equal to minus f of x. Then we had the x cube, sin x, etc. are odd function. Odd functions are symmetric about the origin. Okay, this is whatever we have done for minus pi to plus pi. I'm just repeating those definitions. So we have to check odd, even and odd function. Even function means replace x by minus x. If you get the same function, it is an even function. And if you get minus of f of x, we get it as an odd function. Then we have seen that when we multiply two even function, the product is an even. When we multiply two odd function, again product is an even. And when we multiply odd into even or even into odd, the answer is an odd function. Okay, so even into even is even, odd into odd is even into odd or odd into even is an odd function. So we have this formula. Okay, we had done the same thing for 0 to 2L in the previous lecture. So यहाँ पे खाली interval change हो जाएगा. Instead of 0 to 2L, we will get minus L to plus L. So same formulas है. What is the length of this interval? Minus L to plus L मतलब length कैसे निकालना है इसका? Minus L to 0 and 0 to L मतलब L minus of minus L तो 2L है. अगर 2L length of the interval है तो यहाँ पे सब जगह L आएगा. And here also we will get cos n pi x by L. When we had the Fourier series in minus pi to plus pi, we had cos nx. Yes, correct, 2L. The length of the interval is equal to 2L. So since the length of the interval is 2L, we are getting 1 by L, 1 by L, and 1 by L here. So now we can use the method for even and odd function. So what is the property? When f of x is an even function, what will happen to minus L to plus L of an even function? Minus L to plus L of an even function की वैल्यू 2 times हो जाती है. वैसे ही fx is an even function, cos is an even function, even into even is an even function. जो हमने पहले किया है वही करना है हमको फिर से. मतलब अगर फंक्शन even है तो हमें खाली a0 और an निकालना है. bn is equal to 0. If the function is an even function, same concept what we have done for minus pi to plus pi, same way a0 will become 2 by L integral 0 to L, an will become 2 by L integral 0 to L, and bn will be equal to 0. If f of x is an odd function, then a0, an are 0 and bn is 2 by L integral 0 to L fx into sin n pi x by n. Okay? Concept remains the same, only there is a change in the limits and the outside function. We have 1 upon L since the length of the interval is 2L. And here we get extra term as n, that is, there we had only nx, here we have n pi x by L. This pi by L term is extra in the L intervals. ठीक है, तो अगर even है तो हमें a0 और an निकालना है, और अगर odd है तो खाली bn निकालना है. So take the first problem. जो कॉन्सेप्ट हमने वहां पे किया है वही यूज करना है यहाँ पे भी. So if the intervals are defined in minus pi to plus pi or in minus L to plus L, we can check if the function is even or odd. नहीं चेक किया तो भी चलेगा. Then we have to calculate all the 3 coefficients. अगर चेक किया तो थोड़ा सा कैलकुलेशन हमारा कम हो जाता है. That is the only advantage. If you don't remember to check, always calculate a0, an and bn. Nothing wrong in that. But even odd अगर चेक कर ले तो हमारा at least one of the coefficients are 0. अगर odd है तो a0, an is 0. खाली bn निकालना है. That way, that much calculation is simplified if you are thinking of even and odd function. ठीक है. f of x is equal to 9 minus x square. First you have to check Fourier series दिया है कि नहीं. अगर Fourier series दिया है तो 4 intervals. Again I am repeating every time. If you are given Fourier series, we have 4 intervals: 0 to 2 pi, minus pi to plus pi, 0 to 2L, minus L to plus L. 0 to 2 pi और minus pi to plus pi में length of the interval हो जाता है 2 pi. 0 to 2L or minus L to plus L, the length of the interval will become 2L. अगर pi है तो फॉर्मूला में 1 upon pi आ जाएगा, और अगर L है तो 1 upon L आ जाएगा. ठीक है. Now f of x is equal to 9 minus x square. तो यहाँ पे Fourier series पूछा है. Interval is defined as minus L to plus L. The function is given. Since the function is defined in minus L to plus L, check whether this is an even function or odd function. So what type of function is this? 9 minus x square कौन सा function है? Even है या odd है? Even function. How do we check it's an even function? हमको क्या करना है? x को minus x पुट करना है. अगर हम x को minus x पुट करेंगे, अगर सेम फंक्शन आ रहा है x को minus x पुट करने के बाद, तो फंक्शन इज एन इवन फंक्शन. तो हमें यहाँ पे x को minus x अगर हमने पुट किया तो क्या आएगा? 9 minus x the whole square. Minus x the whole square is x square itself. So we will have f of minus x is equal to 9 minus x square, which means we get the same function even if we replace x by minus x. So which means that the function is an even function. Function is an even function. If the function is an even function, we know that bn is equal to 0. तो हमें खाली a0 और an निकालना है. ठीक है. अभी हमें लेंथ ऑफ द और हमें l निकालना है. So can you write directly the value of L from the interval, or we want to calculate the length of the interval? कैसे भी हमको L निकालना है. ठीक है. Either you can calculate L directly from minus L to plus L दिया है तो L की वैल्यू 3 होगी. Otherwise you always calculate the length of the interval. तो यहाँ पे normally 2L होना चाहिए. यहाँ पे है 3 minus of minus 3, that is equal to 6. So length of the interval is 6. So 2L is equal to 6 or L is equal to 3. If you don't want to write this step, if you can write directly from here, you write. Nothing wrong in that. ठीक है, हमें खाली L लिखना है, तो लेकिन 0 2 है तो 2L डिफाइंड होगा. ओके, इसीलिए हमेशा अगर लेंथ निकालेंगे तो L इजीली निकल जाएगा. इफ यू डोंट रिमेंबर दिस पार्ट, यू कैन डायरेक्टली राइट इट फ्रॉम द इंटरवल आल्सो. So here fx is 9 minus x square, L is equal to 3. We have to calculate a0 and an. So now writing the formula for a0. Okay? This step, if you don't want to write the step, you can omit this. Directly you can write L is equal to 3 because we know that the Fourier series is defined in either 0 to 2L or minus L to plus L. अगर वो याद है तो ठीक है, नहीं तो फिर हमेशा लेंथ ऑफ इंटरवल निकालने के बाद वहां से L निकालना. Both are okay. But we have to calculate L. That is very important. So L is very important. L is equal to 3. अभी हमें निकालना है A0. A0 का in general the formula will be, because it's a L interval, we will have 1 by L minus L to plus L fx dx. But since f of x is an even function, we can write 2 times 0 to L f of x dx. Okay? This is the general formula for A0. But since f of x is an even function, we can write minus L to plus L as 2 times 0 to L. Now substitute for the function fx and L equal to 3. Substituting for L is equal to 3 and f of x is equal to 9 minus x square. Substitute that. L के बदले 3 पुट किया और f of x के बदले 9 minus x square. अभी इसको इंटीग्रेट करो, अप्लाई द अपर लिमिट लोअर लिमिट एंड टेल मी व्हाट इज द वैल्यू ऑफ a0. नॉर्मल इंटीग्रेशन 9 minus x square को इंटीग्रेट करना है. So write the integration, apply the upper limit and the lower limit and tell me the value of a0. Okay. Okay. Right. So we'll see that. तो हमें क्या करना है, 9 का इंटीग्रेशन इज 9x, x स्क्वायर का x क्यूब बाई 3, 0 to 3. So 9 into 3 minus 3 cube by 3. So 27 minus 27 by 3 or 27 minus 9, that is 18. So it's equal to 12, correct. Okay. So normal integration, 9 का integration 9x, x square का x cube by 3. Applying the upper limit, x के बदले 3 और x के बदले 0. When we put x equal to 0, पूरा टर्म 0 हो जाएगा, इसलिए लिखा नहीं है यहाँ पे, खाली x को 3 पुट करके दिखाया है यहाँ पे. 9 into 3, 27. 3 cube is 27 upon 3, that is 9. 27 minus 9 is 18. And a0 equal to 12. Okay, so now calculate an. Same way we have to calculate an now. an में क्या करना है, f of x के साथ cos के फंक्शन को लेना है, cos n pi x by l को लेना है हमको. This is the general formula for an. Since fx is an even function, cos is an even function, even into even is an even function, so we can write minus L to plus L as 2 times 0 to L function into cos n pi x by L dx. Okay, we are given f of x is an even function, cos also is an even function, so product of two even function is an even function, so we can write minus L to plus L integral as 2 times 0 to L. Substitute for f of x and L. L is equal to 3, f of x is equal to 9 minus x square. So it's a request to all, please write your attendance in the chat box, because sometimes some names are missing in the Google Meet attendance. Okay, so it's better all of you please write at least once. You need to repeat every time, just write it only once. Because in Google Meet, sometimes some names are not there in that. I don't know what is the reason. So just write your attendance here for the safe side. Some students are not writing in the chat box, so it's better to confirm whether. Yeah. So how to integrate now? 9 minus x square into cos n pi x by 3. Again, we have two functions. One is an algebraic function, other one is a trigonometric function. So use u into v or integration by parts. uv root, correct. तो क्या करेंगे? 9 माइनस एक्स स्क्वायर पूरे ब्रैकेट टर्म को हम लोग u ले लेंगे, कॉस फंक्शन को v ले लेंगे. नाउ यूजिंग u इंटेग्रल v. हमें अगेन ब्रैकेट में ही लिखना है. 2/3 तो बाहर रहेगा. दो ब्रैकेट्स में लिखो. पहला u लिखना है, फिर इंटेग्रल v लिखना है. सो अगेन पहला u लिखना है, फिर इंटेग्रल v जो है उसका इंटेग्रेशन करना है. उसके बाद go on differentiating the u function. So 9 minus x square का डेरिवेटिव minus 2x, minus 2x का डेरिवेटिव minus 2, minus 2 का डेरिवेटिव 0, इसलिए हमने लिखे नहीं उसके बाद वाले टर्म्स. देन पहला जो u है उसका इंटीग्रेशन यहाँ पे लिखना है. इसका इंटीग्रेशन सेकेंड ब्रैकेट में, इसका इंटीग्रेशन यहाँ पे. फर्स्ट ब्रैकेट इज फॉर डेरिवेटिव, सेकेंड ब्रैकेट इज फॉर इंटीग्रेशन. Go on differentiating the first bracket and integrating the second bracket. लेकिन ये कहाँ से स्टार्ट करना है सेकेंड ब्रैकेट? आफ्टर राइटिंग द इंटेग्रल ऑफ द v फंक्शन. नाउ अप्लाई द अपर लिमिट, लोअर लिमिट and see what is the answer we get. Again when I apply the upper limit, तो ये हो जाएगा n pi 3/3. 3/3 will get cancelled, बचेगा sin n pi. And sin n pi we know it is equal to 0. यहाँ पे also sin n pi 0. When x is 0, this is 0, this is 0. Now put x is equal to 3 and x is equal to 0 in this. See what remains. Is it 0 an value, Anurag? Or sin n pi is 0, right? Sin n pi is 0. Just calculate the value of an. तो जितने साइन के टर्म्स हैं वो सब 0 हो जाएंगे, खाली कॉस का टर्म बचेगा. तो कॉस के टर्म में पुट x इज इक्वल टू 3 एंड x इज इक्वल टू 0. कॉस के टर्म में अगर x को 0 पुट करेंगे तो ये भी 0 हो जाएगा. तो खाली एक ही टर्म बचेगा जहां पे x को हमें खाली 3 पुट करना है. फर्स्ट टर्म इज 0, थर्ड टर्म इज 0, सेकेंड टर्म विल रिमेन. व्हेन आई अप्लाई द अपर लिमिट दैट विल बिकम 0 व्हेन आई अप्लाई द लोअर लिमिट. तो खाली एक ही टर्म रहेगा व्हेन x इज इक्वल टू 3. तो क्या आएगा? ये 0 हो गया. तो माइनस माइनस व्हेन x इज 3, 2 into 3 is 6. Now this is n square pi square by 9. So this 9 I have taken to the numerator. Minus sign वैसे ही रखा है मैंने. और 3 and 3 will get cancelled. तो cos n pi बचेगा upon n square pi square. Simplify that. How many constants? n square pi square तो वैसे ही रहेगा. cos n pi भी वैसे ही रहेगा. How many constants in the numerator? तो सिंप्लीफाई करो, कितने कांस्टेंट्स आएंगे विद द साइन? -36. ओके. cos n pi वैसे ही रहेगा. n square pi square also will remain as it is, -36. तो यहाँ पे हमें क्या करना है? 3 माइनस साइंस है तो माइनस साइन तो आएगा. देन 3 and 6 को अगर कैंसिल किया तो we will get 2 here. So 4 into 9 is 36. So -36. cos n pi की वैल्यू -1 raised to n upon, या फिर वैसे ही रखो चल जाएगा. cos n pi, if you don't remember, don't write the wrong answer. Keep it as cos n pi, nothing wrong in that. But don't write the wrong answer for cos n pi. cos n pi अगर याद है -1 raised to n है तो लिखो, नहीं तो cos n pi में ही रखो आंसर. That is fine. ठीक है. तो an is equal to -36 into -1 raised to n upon n square pi square. Is it true for all the values of n? हमेशा चेक करना है an और bn निकालने के बाद. Is it true for all the values of n? अगर नहीं है तो हमें वो पर्टिकुलर वैल्यू निकालनी है. It is true. Why it is true? Because n takes the values from 1 to infinity. Okay? अगर हम n को infinity भी पुट करेंगे तो उसका आंसर 0 आएगा, infinity नहीं आएगा. Okay? We have to check whether when n is equal to 1 to infinity, is it true for all the values? So it is fine because it is not true. It is not valid for n equal to 0 only. and n equal to 0 is not there in the series. So an is true for all the values of n. Now substituting everything in fx, a0 की वैल्यू 12 आई थी, an ये आया, l is equal to 3. Substitute everything in the function f of x. bn 0 ही है because it's an even function. खाली an और a0 सब्स्टिट्यूट करना है और l के बदले 3 पुट करना है. Just writing the final answer. A0 is 12, so A0 by 2 will become 6. An is minus 36 minus 1 raised to n upon n square pi square cos n pi x by 3, and this part is equal to 0. Just write the formula correctly. That is very important. तो याद रखो A0, AN और BN. अगर L वाला इंटरवल है तो 1 अपॉन L आएगा. पाई वाला इंटरवल है तो 1 अपॉन पाई बाहर आ जाएगा. ठीक है? So we have to write the formula correctly and then integrate. So mostly the integration is either by using the UV rule or it is by using sin A cos B, all these trigonometric formulas only. So many times we find that 1 upon L, 1 upon pi is missing in the formulas. So everything goes wrong. And in this L interval, L value has to be written correctly. Next problem. Obtain the Fourier series for the function f of x is equal to 1 minus x square mod x less than 1 is equal to 0 mod x greater than 1. Obtain the Fourier series for the function fx is equal to 1 minus x square for x less, mod x less than 1, not x. Mod x is less than 1 and mod x is greater than 1. We are not given the interval for x. We are given the interval for mod x. So now we have to convert that mod x to x and write the intervals. Okay. So हमें पहले इंटरवल को सिंप्लीफाई करना, बिकॉज वी आर नॉट गिवन x की वैल्यू, x का रेंज नहीं दिया है, mod x का रेंज दिया है. तो फर्स्ट वी शुड नो व्हाट इज mod x. हाउ इज mod x डिफाइंड? Mod x value is equal to x for x greater than or equal to 0 and it's equal to minus x for x less than 0. mod की वैल्यू हमेशा पॉजिटिव ही होती है, इसलिए mod x की वैल्यू माइनस एक्स. कब माइनस एक्स होगा? जब x की वैल्यू नेगेटिव है, ताकि when x is negative minus of minus will become positive. Mod x is always a positive number. So how it is defined as mod x is equal to x for x greater than or equal to 0 and is equal to minus x for x less than 0. This is the definition for mod x. Now we want to calculate when mod x is less than 1. ठीक है? तो हम लोग क्या करेंगे, पहले mod x का definition लिख रहे हैं. Mod x is equal to x for x greater than or equal to 0 is equal to minus x. इसकी वैल्यू हमेशा पॉजिटिव है. अगर x पॉजिटिव है तो उसकी वैल्यू x होगी, और अगर x नेगेटिव है तो माइनस ऑफ माइनस विल बिकम अगेन पॉजिटिव नंबर. That is why we write x for x greater than or equal to 0 is equal to minus x for x less than 0. Now write mod x less than 1. This is the first interval given. Mod x less than 1 का मतलब होगा, now mod x has two values x and minus x. तो हम लोग क्या करेंगे, mod x के बदले पहले x पुट करेंगे. So we will write mod x is equal to x. Second में लिखेंगे mod x is equal to minus x. There are two values of mod x. One is x and other one is minus x. Since mod x is less than 1, I will write mod x is equal to x less than 1. Mod x is equal to minus x less than 1. Now what can you say when I write minus x less than 1? If I multiply throughout by minus 1, what will I get this inequality? अगर माइनस एक्स लेस देन 1 को मैंने माइनस साइन से मल्टीप्लाई किया तो व्हाट विल आई गेट? दैट इनइक्वालिटी. क्या हो जाएगा इनइक्वालिटी? एक्स इज ग्रेटर देन 1. करेक्ट. द इनइक्वालिटी विल गेट रिवर्स्ड. एक्स इज ग्रेटर देन -1. So now we have x is less than 1, x is greater than -1. तो मतलब क्या? x की वैल्यू कहां से कहां तक है? x की वैल्यू 1 से कम है और x is greater than -1. So when I combine both, which interval we get? Okay, -1 to +1, is it okay? x की वैल्यू लेस देन 1 है बट ग्रेटर देन -1. अगर हम लोग लेंगे नंबर लाइन में, -1 लेफ्ट हैंड साइड में आता है 0 के और 1 राइट हैंड साइड में आता है. तो x की जो वैल्यू है वो लेस देन 1 है और ग्रेटर देन -1 है. मतलब इट हैज टू लाई बिटवीन -1 एंड +1, which means we have got the interval now -1 to +1 में the function is defined as 1 minus x square. हमें वही इंटरवल चाहिए, बाकी सब जगह the value is equal to 0. ठीक है. Now the function is defined in -1 to +1 and the function is 1 minus x square in -1 to +1, otherwise it is equal to 0. Okay, so now we have only one function and we are required only -1 to +1. वहीं पे function defined है. F of x is equal to 1 minus x square in -1 less than x less than 1. Now for this we have to calculate the Fourier series because other places it is equal to 0 anyway. We have to calculate the Fourier series for 1 minus x square in -1 less than x less than 1. So what is the value of L now? What is the value of L? It's equal to 1. Correct. It's equal to 1 because minus L to plus L है. Okay. तो understood this part? पहले हमें mod x define करना है. Mod x की वैल्यू है x for x greater than or equal to 0 is equal to minus x for x less than 0. हमें ये वाला इंटरवल लेना है mod x less than 1. तो mod x के बदले हम x पुट करेंगे तो x is less than 1. फिर mod x के बदले सेकेंड वैल्यू minus x less than 1. Minus x less than 1 का मतलब होता है कि x is greater than -1. Because whenever we multiply an inequality by minus sign, the inequality gets reversed. तो यहाँ पे है x is less than 1, x is greater than -1. मतलब x lies between -1 and +1. So we have the function 1 minus x square in -1 less than x less than 1. So we have got L is equal to 1. Now what type of function is 1 minus x square? Since the function is defined in -1 to +1, we can check for even and odd. It's an even function. When I put x is equal to -x, it's an even function. It's an even function. क्योंकि x को अगर -x पुट करेंगे तो सेम फंक्शन रहता है, तो फंक्शन is an even function. Which means again bn is equal to 0. We have to calculate a0 and an. तो L डायरेक्टली लिखो या फिर लेंथ ऑफ द इंटरवल में से L लिखो, बोथ आर ओके. Either you write L directly from this interval or you calculate the length of the given interval and compare it with 2L and calculate the value of L. Both are okay. लेकिन L value has to be taken care क्योंकि 2L interval में L की वैल्यू क्या है वो हमको निकालना है हमेशा. Okay. So now L is equal to 1, f of x is equal to 1 minus x square. Now calculate, since f of x is an even function, bn is equal to 0, calculating a0 and an. So calculate a0 now. 2/3, okay. So let's check that. The formula will become 2/n because fx is an even function. Minus L to plus L will become 2 times 0 to L and L is equal to 1. Function is 1 minus x square. Integrate 1 minus x square. 4/3, 2/3, 4/3. 4/3 again. Okay, so when we integrate, 1 minus x square is x minus x cubed by 3 between the interval 0 and 1. सो अगर अप्लाई किया फर्स्ट लिमिट तो 1 minus 1 by 3. 1 minus 1 by 3 will become 2 by 3. 2 by 3 into 2 will become 4 by 3. So it is equal to 4 by 3. I think Samruddha has done A0 by 2, I feel. So it is A0, yes. A0 is equal to 4 by 3. A0 is equal to 4 by 3. Now calculate AN. A0 is 4 by 3. Now calculate AN. जैसा पहले किया था वही टाइप के क्वेश्चन, वहां पे 9 minus x square था, यहाँ पे 1 minus, बहुत डिफरेंस नहीं, बहुत a slight change you will get in the final answer. Just try करो वो वाला AN वाला part. Minus into minus 1 raised to n upon n square pi square. Okay. Let's check that. Substituting for fx and L. L is equal to 1 here. So 0 to 1. 1 minus x square is the function. Cos n pi x dx. Again use UV rule or integration by parts. 1 minus x square को u लेना है, cos n pi x को v लेना है. Use integration, the generalized rule for integration by parts. दो ब्रैकेट में लिखना है, पहला u minus 4 will come. Let's check that. So 1 minus x square u integral v. And then go on differentiating the u function and integrating the integral v function. So 1 minus x square cos n pi x का इंटीग्रेशन sin n pi x upon n pi, इसका इंटीग्रेशन minus cos n pi x upon n pi the whole square. इसको और एक बार इंटीग्रेट करेंगे तो minus sin n pi x upon n pi the whole cube between 0 and 1. जब हम x को 1 पुट करेंगे तो ये 0, ये 0. When x को 0 पुट करेंगे तो again sin 0 0. x को 0 तो even this term also will become 0. So we have only one term when I put x is equal to 1. So minus 4, correct. Yes. So it is minus 4 minus 1 raised to n upon n square pi square. Same as the previous one, not much change. Yes, correct. You have got 4. I think minus 4 will come, Tejas. 3 माइनस साइंस है तो माइनस साइन रहेगा. Okay, so it's minus, yes, minus 4, minus 4 into minus 1 raised to n upon n square pi square. Correct. Yes. Now substituting everything in the function f of x is equal to. We have got A0, we have got AN also. Substituting A0, AN and L in the final Fourier series. Fx is equal to. Substituting A0, AN and L in the Fourier series expansion. Bn is equal to 0, L is equal to 1, AN is minus 4 minus 1 raised to n upon n square pi square. A0 is 4 by 3. Four by 3, that's why Samudra has got 2 by 3 there. 4 by 3 upon 2. That is 2 by 3. Next problem. X into mod x in -1 to +1. F of x is equal to x mod x in -1 to +1. चेक करना है कि फोरियर सीरीज दिया है और कौन सा इंटरवल दिया है. यहाँ फोरियर सीरीज दिया है, इंटरवल गिवन इज -1 to +1. What is the value of L? Again it is equal to 1. L is again equal to 1. Now since we are given in -1 to +1, we can check for even and odd. So tell me what type of function is f of x? Is it even or odd or neither even nor odd? Odd, okay. Put x is equal to -6. See whether you get the same given function or you get minus of the given function. Odd. Why? Because mod x की value जो है, हमको x को -x put करना है. We have to put x is equal to -x. So when we put x is equal to -x, I'll get -x mod of -x. But mod of -x is same as mod x only. So I can write -x into mod x, which means that this is minus f of x, or f of x given function is an odd function. And when odd function, a0 is 0, an is equal to 0. Put x is equal to -x, minus of mod x. Mod of -x is same as mod x. Because mod of -1 is +1 only. That is equal to odd function. So a0, 0, an 0, calculating bn. So L, we can write directly from the interval or calculate the length of the interval. L is equal to 1. Okay, now when we write the formula for a0 and an, we have 2 times 0 to 1. 2 times 0 to 1. So what is the value of this mod x when x takes the values from 0 to 1? अगर x पॉजिटिव है तो mod x की वैल्यू क्या होगी? x ही हो जाएगा, है ना? यहाँ पे हमें, see when I write the formula for a0 or bn, it is from 0 to 1. 0 to 1. 0 to 1 मतलब पॉजिटिव वैल्यूज. And fx क्या दिया है? x into mod x. And mod x is equal to x when x is positive. So we can write that formula as here x into mod x की value x हो जाएगी, इसीलिए f of x will become x square. ठीक है? Because mod x is positive in the positive value. Mod x is equal to x for x greater than or equal to 0. So since mod x हमको greater than or equal to 0 लेना, the interval defined will be 0 to 1. That is why we take the function as x. तो पूरा फंक्शन हो जाएगा x स्क्वायर, l की वैल्यू 1. Now calculating bn. L is equal to 1, function as x square, and then integrate 2 times 0 to 1 x square into sine n pi x dx. Again use u into v. X square is an algebraic function taken as u. Sine is a trigonometric function, so that is taken as v. Use u integral v and go on differentiating the u function, integrating the integral v function. पहले u लिखना है, इसका इंटीग्रेशन लिखना है. u को डिफरेंशिएट करते जाओ और इंटीग्रल v को इंटीग्रेट. फर्स्ट ब्रैकेट को डिफरेंशिएट करते जाना है और सेकेंड ब्रैकेट को इंटीग्रेट. टू का डेरिवेटिव 0 होता है करके वी कैन स्टॉप दैट. -2 into -1 raised to n upon n pi. Okay. I doubt. What about n cube pi cube वाला टर्म नहीं बचता है? It should be there, the last term. Third term also should remain. क्योंकि अभी हम जब x कैसे कैंसिल होगा, यहाँ पे cos n पाई होगा फर्स्ट में जब x इज इक्वल टू 1, एंड व्हेन x इज इक्वल टू 0 पूरा 1 हो जाएगा, इट विल नॉट गेट कैंसिल, cos n पाई इज नॉट इक्वल टू 1, कैंसिल नहीं होगा बिकॉज यहाँ पे x को हमें 1 पुट करना है, जब x की वैल्यू 1 होगी तो cos n पाई बचेगा, एंड cos n पाई इज नॉट इक्वल टू 1, ठीक है, कैंसिल नहीं होगा, ऐसा बचेगा, cos n पाई वैसे का वैसे ही रहेगा, एंड व्हेन x इज 0 यहाँ पे 1 हो जाएगा, इट विल नॉट गेट कैंसिल. Cos of 2 pi is 1, but cos of n pi we cannot say, it depends upon the value of n. If n is even then 1 आएगा, n is odd है तो minus 1 आएगा. Sine term will become 0. So this is when x is 1, ये 1 हो जाएगा, minus cos n pi upon n pi. This is 0. When x is equal to 1, we get this. When x is 0, first term 0, second term 0, lower limit है तो minus sign, और यहाँ पे x को 0 पुट करना है तो 1 upon n pi the whole cube. So all the three terms are there in the bn function. Check whether that function is that, and this bn is true for all the values of n. Two into cos n pi upon n pi plus 2 3 सब कैसे आया, 3 into थ्री पार्ट, 3 कहां से आया, किसको कंबाइन किया है, how the 3 is coming. अच्छा वो पावर है, ओके ओके, बहुत कंफ्यूजन होता है, ओके ओके ओके, फाइन 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 फाइन, ओके, इट इज पाई क्यूब है वहां पे, ओके, एन क्यूब पाई क्यूब, ओके फाइन फाइन, बहुत कंफ्यूजन होगा, एन रेज टू है कि okay fine. So it is 2 into minus cos n pi upon n pi plus 2 into cos n pi upon n cube pi cube minus 2 upon n cube pi cube. Substituting this in the fx function and writing the final answer. Just do it systematically, you will get the answer. कुछ ऐसा difficult नहीं है. Cos n pi, it's not equal to 0 or 1 or minus 1. You write cos n pi only. Sin n pi is always equal to 0 when n is an integer. Sin n pi is 0 when n is an integer. Substituting everything in the function, writing the final answer. Cos n pi, if you remember, write as minus 1 raised to n, या फिर ऐसे भी रखो तो भी चल जाएगा. I have not substituted cos n pi as, but you can write cos n pi as minus 1 raised to n. करना बेटर है if you remember that. मैंने यहाँ पे नहीं रखी, भूल गई मैं यहाँ पे करने को. You can put cos n pi as minus 1 raised to n. Next function, sin 2x minus l to plus l. Fourier series देखना है, interval देखना है, and then if it is minus l to plus l, check for even and odd. minus pi to plus pi है या minus l to plus l है, तो हमको चेक करना है कि फंक्शन इवन है या ऑड है. Now here the function is defined in minus L to plus L, which means we can check for even and odd. So sine 2x is a, all of us know sine function is an odd function. When I put x is equal to minus even, कैसे x को अगर minus x put किया तो sine of 2 into minus x. Sine of 2 into minus x will become minus. Sine of minus theta is minus sine theta. So I'll get the answer as minus sine 2x. Which is an odd function. Yes, it's correct. You know it is an odd function, but you have written wrong way. It's an odd function. Don't make these mistakes because अगर तुमने even को odd लिखा, odd को even लिखा, तो everything goes wrong. पूरे coefficients उल्टा calculate होते हैं ना यहाँ पे. It's very important to check properly whether the function is even function or odd function. या फिर तीनों निकालना safe हो जाता है. You calculate all the three coefficients. That is always better. So check it whether the function given is an even or odd properly. It's an odd function calculating only bn. L is equal to L only यहाँ पे है ना. Given interval is also equal to L. So L के बदले L ही आएगा यहाँ पे. So calculate bn. सब्स्टिट्यूट करना है bn में. L तो वैसे ही रहेगा, खाली fx के बदले sin 2x आ जाएगा. 2 by L integral 0 to L sin 2x sin n pi x by L dx. कैसे इंटीग्रेट करना है bn को? Should I apply u into v? Can I apply u into v in this bn? No. Why? Because we are having two trigonometric functions. uv is applied when you have two different types of function. Exponential into trigonometric, algebraic into exponential. When you have two different types of functions, we can apply u into v. So now what to do with the sine into sine? Yes. So separating that. Sine A, sine B formula we have to apply, correct? So 2 sine A, sine B. 2 sine A, sine B is cos A minus B minus cos A plus B, correct? So 2 sine A, sine B is cos A minus B minus cos A plus B. Now what is A? A is 2x. B is n pi x by L. It is not plus harsh. In between minus you will get. Sin A sin B is the second term when we expand cos A plus B and cos A minus B. So that is how we get when we subtract only, the cos A cos B term will get cancelled and the answer will be sin A sin B. It is cos of A minus B minus cos of A plus B. Substituting here, so we will have cos of A minus B. 2x minus n pi x by L. If I take x common, 2 minus n pi by L into x, a plus b will become 2x plus n pi x by L. If we take x common, 2 plus n pi by L. Okay, so we are having sin A, sin B, and it is 2 sin A, sin. So I have taken this 2 along with this cos and written it along with the sine function. And then 2 sin A sin B is cos A minus B minus cos A plus B. Maybe you can take the LCM and then integrate or integrate it as it is. So I've taken the LCM here. 2L minus n pi upon L into x minus cos of 2L plus n pi upon L into x into gx. So I've taken the LCM and then I'm going to integrate now the cos function. There are two different functions. No uv is required here because we have cos separate function. So we can directly apply the integration here. Okay, we are applying sin A sin B. 2 sin A sin B का formula apply कर रहे हैं और उसमें यहाँ पे LCM लेने के बाद now we have to integrate. अगर integrate किया तो cos का integration is sin. So sin of 2L minus n pi by L into x upon 2L minus n pi. Similarly, again cos का sign, minus sign will remain as it is. जो भी है उसका कांस्टेंट तुम्हें नीचे लिखना है. यहाँ पे cos of this bracket term into x. So पूरा फंक्शन का इंटीग्रेशन अपॉन द कांस्टेंट टर्म which is 2l minus n pi upon l. Similarly, sin का. Put x is equal to l and x is equal to 0. When x is equal to 0, sin 0 पूरा टर्म 0 हो जाएगा. When x is equal to l, तो यहाँ पे आ जाएगा साइन ऑफ 2l माइनस एन पाई बाय l इंटू l. तो l और l कैंसिल हो जाएगा. ठीक है. पुटिंग x is equal to l and x is equal to 0. When x is equal to 0, लोअर लिमिट में पूरा 0 हो जाएगा. अपर लिमिट में जब x को हम l पुट करेंगे तो आई हैव रिटन हियर 2l माइनस n पाई अपॉन l इंटू l और यहाँ पे भी अपॉन l इंटू l. This l will get cancelled. We will get sine of 2l minus n pi upon this and sine of 2l plus n pi upon 2l plus n pi upon l. Even this l also can be cancelled now. Sine 2l minus l pi, n pi. What is sine 2l minus n pi? Open the bracket and see sine of a minus b or sine of a plus b निकाल के just tell me what is the value of sine of 2l minus n pi. Sine n pi is 0, but what is 2l minus n pi हमको निकालना है. So what we will do is sine of a minus b हम use करेंगे. Sine of 2l minus n pi is sin a cos b minus cos a sin b. Cos pi into sin 2l, cos n pi into sin 2l. Okay, we'll check that. Sin of हमें ये निकाल ये दो sin of 2l plus n pi निकालना है, sin of 2l minus n pi निकाल. पहले हम लोग ये निकाल रहे हैं sin of a plus b sin a cos b plus cos a sin b. तो sin 2l cos n pi plus cos 2l sin n pi, but sin n pi is equal to 0. तो खाली बचेगा sin 2l into cos n pi. Correct, Uttara, you are right. Similarly, sin of 2l minus n pi is also equal to the same function because इसका भी sin n pi is equal to 0. So both these numerators are now reduced to sin 2l into cos n pi. Substitute, even l can be cancelled here. I forgot to cancel here. You can cancel l also here and denote the numerator by sin 2l into cos n pi. Still I have not cancelled l. I think in the next step I'm cancelling l, I think. Now sin 2l cos n pi is common. We can take it out. Okay, I've written l upon and then I've cancelled this l. Then taking the LCM. After cancelling l, taking the LCM. Cross multiplying 2l plus n pi minus of 2l minus n pi upon 2l minus n pi into 2l plus n pi. 2l will get cancelled, 2n pi will remain. 2l will get cancelled, 2n pi will remain upon 4l square minus n square pi square. So the answer will be sin 2l cos n pi into 2n pi upon 4l square minus n square pi square. Because you have L, not a constant, that is why we are getting a function in terms of L also. Substituting this Bn in the what is that, Fourier series expansion. So first we had sin A sin B, then we got cos A minus B minus of cos A plus B, then integrated cos function we got in this form, applied the upper limit and lower limit we get in this form, and then using sin of A plus B and sin of A minus B, simplifying, taking this part numerator common, and then taking the LCM and simplifying. Substituting in the function f of x equal to I've just tried this problem, e raised to minus x in minus a to plus a. So Khali, tell me what type of function is this? Even है कि odd है? What type of function is f of x is equal to e raised to minus x? Even function है या odd function है? या दोनों ही नहीं है? Even भी नहीं है, odd भी, neither even nor odd. Yes, it's neither even nor odd. तो हमें क्या करना है फिर? पूरा का पूरा हमें a0, an और bn निकालने हैं. Okay, I've done this. I'll send the PPT. I think it's almost time. It's neither even. Why it is neither even? Because when I put x is equal to minus x, we will get e raised to x. And e raised to x has no connection with e raised to minus x. It's separate functions. It's neither even nor odd, which means, and L is equal to a here. So when we calculate a0, now हमें minus a to plus a में integrate करना है. Now we cannot get as 2 times 0 to a because this function is neither even nor odd. We have to keep it as minus a to plus. Upper limit a put करना पड़ेगा, lower limit minus a put करना पड़ेगा, and then calculate the function. ठीक है? अभी जैसे a0 निकाला मैंने तो e raised to minus x हो जाता है minus e raised to minus x between to plus a. If I take minus sign common, we will get e raised to minus a minus e raised to a. What is this function? अगर मैंने minus sign फिर से बाहर निकाला तो we'll get e raised to a minus e raised to minus a. What is this function? E raised to a minus e raised to minus a. Can we replace it by some function? E raised to a minus e raised to minus a, by which function we can replace? 2 sin h a. Not t नहीं आएगा यहाँ पे, 2 sin h a आएगा. Yes. Okay, t कब आता है? जब e raised to 80 minus e raised to minus 80 जो है पावर में वही फंक्शन आ जाता है. Sin h a is e raised to a minus e raised to minus a upon 2. Okay, t नहीं आएगा, so it will be 1 by a 2 sin h a upon a. Yeah, that's fine. So a0 is 2 sin h a upon a. In a similar way, हमें an निकालना है, bn निकालना है और substitute करना है. ठीक है? an निकालने के लिए now we have to apply the formula for e raised to ax into cos bx. Similarly, e raised to ax into sin bx का formula हमको use करना पड़ेगा to calculate an and bn. Let's try this. मैंने यहाँ पे ये फॉर्मूला यूज करना पड़ेगा हमें और इसको इंटीग्रेट करना है. That's it. So try this. I'll send the PPT today. It's already time. Continue the next lecture with the same interval, different types of problems. Hope all of you have written your attendance in the chat box. If you have not written, please write it. If you have written, don't write it 2 times, just write it only once. Ajit normally don't write, I think, in the chat box. Today only I saw his name. Please don't forget, because I'm finding 2 3 names missing in the Google Meet attendance. That is why I'm just telling you to write. Number of people are more and number attendance what it is showing is less. That is why I'm telling you to please write down your name so that. Yeah, thank you. We'll continue the same topic tomorrow. Anurag and Harsh, please join with your college mail ID. Okay. Even Gaurav, there are so many students that they are using a personal. Please don't do that. Join with your college mail ID so that you don't require a permission. Okay, thank you so much. I will give you B batch. I did not give the B division. I didn't assign the mini projects. Division A, I have already sent. I'll do it because 2 students have not joined any group. I'm just waiting for that. Once I get all the names, then I can assign the mini projects. I'll do it by today mostly. Yes, it's only a problem solving, which are all solved in Kumbhojka. Don't bother about that.